the first thing you have to do to fill the tank of the Polaris Vape Pen Mini is just take apart the top part of the tank, which just unscrews, and that comes off with the mouthpiece. Next, this glass house here just pops right off. If it doesn't just screw it slightly, and it'll come off like that. Careful with them, because they are glass. And so next we'll have the coil, and that's just attached to the base of the battery here. And so that's the last part that comes off. That just unscrews as well, like that. Now before you fill the tank, you just want to prime the coil, and what that means is just taking your e-liquid and just putting a few drops just in the little cutouts on the side of the coil, just that little hole there. So I'll do that right now. Just do it slowly and just let each drop soak in. Don't drop too much into the coil, otherwise it will flood the coil. It's just, but you know, just enough to soak into the cotton on the inside. That's what's on the inside, just cotton. And what priming does is it just prepares the coil for when you fire up for the first time, so it's the e-juice is already soaked in there. It's not going to dry fire the coil and burn the cotton. So if you don't prime the coil, you're going to get like a toasty taste the first time you vape. So then just screw the coil back into place, and you're going to do it this side down with the holes, they're on the bottom, that side back into the battery, and that just screws back in. Glass house back on top. If it pops off from the base, it just means that it's wet. So if it does do that, just make sure, especially when you're refilling the tank with new e-liquid, just make sure everything's clean and then you've dried everything, especially the bottom of the glass house and just this rubber ring around here. And if it's all dry, it'll hold in place. So we've got that back on. Just grab your juice and just fill. You're just going to fill around the sides of the coil. Never fill in the middle of the coil there, just around the side. If you do fill in the middle, that's just going to flood the coil and it won't work after that. So just filling that. The tank capacity on the Polaris Vape Pen Mini is pretty decent as well, so you get a few vapes out of that. And just that's enough, I reckon, for me. You don't want to fill too high because it's just gonna, you know, just gonna be harder to fill. And then lastly, just screw the top base back on top. Just making sure it's aligned properly, little hole with the coil. Make sure everything's tight. Look at that, no leaks. Cool, so that's pretty much it. And before you vape for the first time, just let it soak for like a minute, or you can leave it sitting longer if you like. The more you let it sit, the more the flavor develops. And then when you're ready, because I'll just let it, the juice soak into the cotton more. And when you're ready, just click the fire button 5 times to fire it up. And then you're ready to vape.